Hi guys. Last time I have shown you the dispenser jutsu, and today I'm going to continue and explain how that jutsu can help to investigate a map and for specific issues we have right now here. For that reason, I have loaded the same source two times on the left and the right, and this is the dispenser jutsu. I have fixed it a bit just from clearness perspective. You see that this looks more clear from connections perspective, and also and the name of cases or feature kind reflects the attribute we use to order the rows. As well, I have made more better presentation for the road. I try to be close to the how it looks like on the map. It's yeah, not so close, but but it is somehow can be used. Good, okay. And let's see what I want to show to you today, guys. So that is a dispenser jutsu, and it use the loop to go along function class attribute distribution. And then I apply that jutsu on the left side, click on apply. You may see that some rows on the left side has been disappeared. For example, this one road doesn't exist there, and it is here. You see, here's a road, here's a nothing. As well, here many roads just disappear. Here I see a road, and here there is no road. And why that happens? The reason there is exact that loop, because loop is going along attribute distribution, and it can reach an element in the distribution so far that element exists. If we have the road without functional class attribute at all, that loop doesn't will not produce any result, because say the issue will be not triggered, and the rest of our pipeline will be also not triggered. That is the reason why we don't see some roads here. It is just because that road doesn't have functional class attribute. And to first of all, how to fix that? I don't care about attributes. I want to see all roads as it is in a source I going to investigate. For that, I have prepared additional node. It is alternative iteration, alternative to loop, and purpose of that node is to iterate along attribute distribution. Let's do that and replace the loop by new node. Clicking here. Wait, it was wrong. I don't want to make a point. I'm going. Let's delete it. And now I going to select not loop but distribution iterator. So you see here that two not the same, but looks pretty the same. They take in the collection as input data and triggered one for each and a second by iter. The difference is the loop has only one action each to notify the next action node that will reach the next element in the loop. But distribution iterator has different action. First of all, it has attr and a gap. utter, it is action if the iterator has reached the next attribute, and a gap if the iterator has reached the next gap. The range of a road started from 0, it is the first point of a geometry, and ended at the 1, it is the last point of geometry. All shape point in between or edge point in between, it is just the fraction of between 0 and 1. That attribute points on specific part of a road using parametrical range. So if the attribute point on a range between 0 and 1, that attribute is applied on full road. If attribute points on the 0 to 0.5, that is the first half of a road. And of course, from 0.5 to 1, it is the second half of a road, and so on. What is not covered by the range is the gap. If attribute doesn't apply it on a road, we have only one gap, and that gap has a range from 0 to 1. Yeah, so utter, that is a range which has an attribute. Gap, it is a range which doesn't have an attribute. That action will be triggered by very specific cases, or the action utter gap will be triggered in any case. Doesn't matter. Do we have the attribute or gap? Start and end, start and end. It is just the start of iteration and the end of iteration. That is the action, and properties which next node can obtain by each iteration step. Just the Boolean value, is it a gap? Gap direction could be, let's see, as action be directed, forward, backward, closed, not relevant, and unknown. Gap range and attribute range is two different things. So the gap range have to be used if we will use, if the gap action has been triggered, and attribute range should be used if attribute action will be triggered. Direction function class with its exact value of attribute. Of course, the condition properties range, direction, and functional class, all that properties with prefix utter will populate it only in case if attribute action will trigger. So what we have to do, we need to replace the loop and by the iterator. Okay, actually it is really simple. We taken the same distribution as here. I keep that node on the screen just as a template what we have to do. So, and for function class, we should take, instead of a loop, from iteration, let's delete that connection and use that connection, create a new one. Okay. And we can compose, actually we can use that other function class only in a case we have an attribute. So we have to destroy that, and if we have an attribute, we will compose. So that action flow is done. Of course, we need to start the iteration and then delete that. Come on, delete that, and instead of that, call this guy. This node we don't need and put it here. Okay. So now we have exactly the same behavior as with a loop, because we iterating along the attributes. But beside that, we have now gap. And that gap we should use to arrange a road to specific kind. Let's create that kind first. Let's call it road, road which out FC. Okay, and we will use it as a red H2 and make it dash it like that. So yeah, okay. Road without FC. This is a new trigger, and we will use it by gap. Come on. To see it better. So gap road without FC, and let's call it road FC2. That is our next jutsu. Okay, and let's apply it. You see now road which was disappeared before, just to be able to compare that jitsu with original jitsu we have before. Let's apply the old guy with loop, and you see the difference. You see the difference. This road exists here, but doesn't exist in our place. Here we have, that is an intersection. You see that intersection with same, it has 3 connected roads. Connected roads not fully listed. It is my to-do list. But the main point, the road here doesn't exist on the right side. This is the first part. I want to show to you how the simple Jitsu can already spot a problem in the map, just because we can show the specific road without specific attribute by click. You see? And the second thing, it isn't there just because we have 2 maps to compare to each other. That's guy. You see? It is a strange because on one side it has one color and the second is other color, but we use the same jitsu, the same kind and the same properties to display that road. Let's investigate what exact happens there. To do that, we will create a new jitsu, and that is a jitsu for tooltip. Tooltip jitsu. Let's call it test test to just a test. Okay. And now let's do that. Okay. I will make it a bit bigger. As usually, that is input, that is output. What we need to do, we need to from a road on the mouse position on the mouse cursor, make output data which consists from line of a string. We can end many lines using the add line trigger, and so far we call done, and that's all. So let's start from a road. take a properties, take semantic properties, the characteristic attribute group, come on, as before, properties, a lot of properties. Let's put it more like that. So, and we have a troubleshoot functional road class. Let's use a loop in that case because it's trouble with existing attributes. And what we want to do, we want to create the line which just inform us about functional class first. We'll note and here formatter, string formatter, add a string formatter and say that we have the fc %d, okay, and connect the functional class to that stuff. We'll use each attribute we have met to compose that string and the out. And we will connect to the line. That line will come to the tooltip. Okay. So, and now so far, and yeah, compose done. Call the add line. So far we will reach end of a attribute distribution we will done. Okay, like that. And the main trigger run will just start the loop. Yeah. So test and update. Okay. Now I have prepared jutsu, and now I should choose it. I choose the test. So you see here, I have a road and 3 times functional class attribute attached, fc5, fc5, and fc3. Let's make a bit more information. Let's add a bit more information to the tooltip. Let's add what we have. Jutsu tooltip. Let's add direction. So direction, it is enumeration. We need to convert enumeration to string. Let's put it here. This guy here to string, and we need. Okay. Let's go there. Yeah, like that. We need to create holder to write a new string. Let's say dear double point this one. Okay, and connect. And update. Good. Okay. So choose test and see what's happened. So we have, okay, the direction all at 3 times be directed. Let's add the range. Which range has been used to map that attribute? Jutsu tooltip. and the range. The range consists from min and max, so we need two doubles. Range double point F for start and F for end. Okay, so we have it. There is a range. Range will here. Put it there. Okay. Yeah. And min that point. Max. Come on. That point. Okay. And select um, test. Okay. So this now it is clear that the data we just analyzing has an issue. The function class attribute. First of all, we have for the same range from 0 to 1 be directed duplicate attribute fc5 and plus fc3. And that is the reason why we see the different color on the left and on the right side. The random functional class has been picked to create the feature kind and choose a specific decorator, and that's went to the different colors. And actually, you can see also the difference in highlighting. That road has the function class free, and you see that highlight is in the orange, and here, okay, here's also orange, and here we have the green one. Okay, so looks like that FC3 road has been picked and put it above all other roads. Okay, so we have talked about dispenser jutsu, how to use the dispenser jutsu just to simply show some issue on a map or not an issue, a specific condition on a map. We have seen that two-panel approach that you can compare the two different versions, the different sources of the same map with a different visualization jitsu. And yeah, stay tuned, and I will show more next time. Ciao, guys.